Today I'm going to be giving you a speech on the most effective communication practices in forensic psychology, but first, let me introduce myself. My name is Ashley Adams. I'm 19. I'm engaged. I graduated high school in 2016. This is my second year in college, and I actually do want to become a forensic psychologist. So my goal of this speech is to explain what forensic psychology is and what skills are necessary to do the job effectively. Although this might not be directly related to you, some of the skills I'll be mentioning might become of use to you in your future. The first I'm going to go over is the definition of forensic psychology. This is from Jane Ward's article in the Psychology Student Network in 2013. She states, the practice of forensic psychology involves investigations, research studies, assessments and consultations, and the design and implementation of treatment programs and expert witness courtroom testimony. From what I've read, assessments and consultations are the thing that us as forensic psychologists will do the most. Assessments and consultations are meeting with your client and determining their mental state at the time of the crime they committed. This can get really tricky, but I'll go into this more in detail later in the speech. She also states, forensic psychology is a broad applied field that offers numerous opportunities. Forensic psychologists work in many different environments, writing reports, giving testimonies, doing direct treatment, or working with therapeutic communities. Forensic psychology has endless opportunities you can do, but it requires some skills you might not think about. Skills like clinical assessment, interviewing, report writing, strong verbal communication skills, especially in court, and case presentation are all very important in setting the foundation of the practice of psychology. Case presentation in the courtroom is huge. You have to have expert level communication skills. You are standing there in front of a judge and jurors and presenting this case and explaining what you found. You have to have awesome communication skills. You might be wondering why, though, you need all these skills. Well, here's the reason. This is from the American Psychological Association. They state, with these skills, forensic psychologists perform such tasks as threat assessment for schools, child custody evaluations, competency evaluations of criminal defendants and of the elderly, counseling services for victims of the crime, death notification procedures, screening and selection of law enforcement applicants, the assessment of PTSD, and the delivery and evaluation of intervention and treatment programs for juvenile and adult offenders. Also, if you are even considering pursuing a career in forensic psychology, juvenile and probation officers would be an awesome place to start. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to college to get my bachelor's, and then when I finally achieve it, I'm going to apply for a juvenile officer position. That way, I get a little time talking to clients under my belt, writing reports, talking to clients, just all around. You're kind of in an entry-level position for a forensic psychologist, if you will. The forensic psychologist also has to determine not how the person is functioning at the moment, but their mental state at the time of the crime. Thus, much of the forensic psychologist's work is retrospective, which means in the past. The forensic psychologist's work must rely on the third-party information, which is kind of hairy at times because a person that saw a crime 10 years ago probably won't remember every detail about the crime now, 10 years later. Collateral context and written communications, which are statements made at the time of the crime by police officers. So I now hope you can say you know a little more about what skills are needed to be a forensic psychologist, as well as what forensic psychologists do. Now you know why I chose this field. Believe me, I cannot wait to be sitting in a courtroom making assessments about my client and presenting what I have found to the judge and the jurors. I'm so excited. Thank you.